Yo, what up? Kenny Hardaway here. Welcome to My 2 Cents Podcast. We got one half of the Knuckleheads podcast, Darius Miles. Appreciate you coming, my man, coming to Memphis. Everybody that knows me, that know that I talk about basketball over the years, this is one guy I always mention that I said I love this game, that he don't get enough credit. Killer. I watched him since he came out of high school, going to the league. Man, I'm talking about just how he came in and as a young guy, just kind of made his mark on the league. And just happy to have him here in Memphis, man. Welcome, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, chilling with the fellas, man, trying to make history, do the whole brotherhood thing, and, represent for our guy.
Yeah, you know what? I look at the brotherhood as being one thing because in the league, we got a brotherhood.
Yeah.
But what y'all got with you, Stack, Matt, AI, Sheed, and Bonzi, that's a whole different level of brotherhood right there. That's guys that really understand the culture.
Yeah.
Guys that got it out the mud.
Yeah.
Guys that's doing it the hard way, that's really genuinely loving and caring about what y'all are doing.
Yeah.
This ain't just no show with y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all really are doing this for the right reasons. So that's a whole different brotherhood right there to me.
Yeah. Them guys, AI is the guy that made me be free to do what I wanted to do, wear tattoos, wear braids, and, push the coach, and, Sheed and Bonzi and Stack, all of my brothers.
But you being from East St. Louis, when you were in high school and you were a senior or a junior and you had an opportunity to, or a senior, you had an opportunity to touch the people that you looked up to in the league, how would you have handled that coming out of East St. Louis?
Oh man, that'd have been a blessing, because I was blind for Fonzo Ellis came from where I'm from, and that was like in the 80s, and I came out in 2000, so that's like a whole decade after that, and we didn't have that, and I used to play against the guys. I used to play against Bonner in the pro-ams and all that stuff when I was in high school. So that gave me the experience, but not the verbal experience.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that you just can't get from anybody and everybody. And to if I had that, like that side of it, like, whew, man, I'm talking about like somebody to tell me like, man, you can't play in the NBA without going to the weight room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sticks and bones coming out. You know, God blessed me with this gift. I ain't going to weight room and enhanced it.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And just the small details, the little things, man. Get out there and keep your shirt and keep your jersey tucked in, Carry yourself a certain way. I be telling people all the time when I was in Cleveland, I was 3 years in the league and LeBron James just came in the league my 4th year and he was way more mature than me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I noticed the maturity, like, man, but he had like more guys and more people, more father figures and more help, you know what I'm saying, than me. But we all need it. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that got it, it won't hurt to get a little bit more.
Absolutely. And I hope those guys take y'all up on that because it's priceless, man. Some of these kids have the ego. Sometimes they don't feel like, from one point of view, that they don't want to bother you. But man, if I had Darius Miles' number or Rasheed Wallace's number or whatever, I'm using that to be like, what did you do in this situation? Because they do know now that you came from high school straight to the league.
Yeah.
You didn't go to college. So that experience from you going from high school to the league, we got the G League now, we got the other league that's coming. How would you have felt about that coming out?
I really don't like the G League. I feel like them kids might as well go to college. I feel like it's a good idea. You chancing it. You trying to try to take care of them and take care of the guys that want to do that. But man, I just rather you go to college for a year.
I can truly say, not being biased towards college because I'm a college coach, because I'm all for what the kid really wants to do.
Yeah.
But ultimately, man, a kid said this the other day. If he'd have gone to college, it would have been no second guessing who would have been number one. He's like, I would have been number one.
Yeah.
Because I chose G League, I enjoyed my experience. But if I would have went to college, I wouldn't even be talked about as being a 2, 3, 4, 5 pick. I would have been the number one pick because of the exposure that you get.
And I rather, like G League, I rather test my might, like how I was. I came straight out of high school and I got straight to the league, so I'm testing my might against the best of the best. I'm testing my game against the best of the best. In the G League, you got these overseas guys, you got these other guys. It's a different type of hunger.
Yeah.
Down there, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of game, and I watched them young guys this year, and man, them guys was not letting up on them, and especially when you have a whole team full of them.
Yes.
You don't got no veteran leadership, no veterans on there. I know they put Jared Jack and them on there, but it's still it's different. I feel like we need to go back to the drawing board, figure it out, because it can be figured out. I just think that's not it right now.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you going into the league out of high school, when you got to practice, were you anxious for the opportunity, or were you like, I need to feel this out? Or were you like, man, I'm finally here?
It was go time. Shit, it was go time, and it kept. What the good thing about it is, I had Corey, Keon, Q, Lamar. All of us is under 21 years old. Like, we can't even go to no club or buy no liquor.
Right.
But us being young guys and having all this energy, we competed with each other, against each other so hard.
And that was good.
You know what I'm saying? And I love the competitive, because when we got to the game, we cheered for each other.
Yeah.
So
I like that about y'all's team too.
Saying the same thing. And that was the cool part about it. It helped us like go and get into it, because one of my people always used to tell me, like, man, you can't be a fan no more. Like, and then the era we played in, people weren't talking to people.
Right. You weren't trying to be friends.
You weren't telling nobody how much you admire them, and you came up and talked to them because you didn't want to show no chink or no weakness was in yourself. So we didn't talk. So I just had to, admire from afar and, go hard.
Yeah.
To put my mark. I wanted to prove that I'm able to be here.
So who was the one guy in your position that you played that you was like, damn, this dude tough right here.
Well, of course, Kobe. Well, he wasn't my position, but they used to have me guard him. But
yeah, because of your length. That's the one thing I do remember. You used to guard.
Yeah, they
everybody
threw me through the fire like right away. But I felt like my defense was advanced. Like I was good enough to play defense.
Yep. But
Tracy McGrady, ooh, I'm talking about every time I see him, he had 30 in his pocket. Like, he was like, and that's when he just got to Orlando, and he was like them first couple of years, he was going through one. And I he did everything. He shoot the three, he post up, he play D, he can dribble. Yep. Like, he was a package, and I didn't see him because I'm watching the game. I love the game. I'm a historic person. I love the history of the game. And I just seen him with Toronto, and he wasn't doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't find his niche. But then when I got to the league, I got drafted, he just got to Orlando, he was a whole nother animal right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The one thing I did know when I went was you had to do your homework. You had to get your research. And even then, it was still tough.
Yeah.
Because you got you're on an island.
Yeah.
You need to understand guys that's trying to hurry up and get there. When you get there, they looking for you. Yeah. They putting you on the island. They gonna go at you and they gonna break you in.
It's
for sure.
It's a price on your head. It's a price on your head as soon as you get there, because everybody want to see if you got it.
Yeah.
If you the one. Somebody else used to kick my ass. Jamal Mashburn. Monster
man
Mash
was
to
nasty.
Fuck me up. Like, I'm talking about dude bad. Like, and I used to hate it because he lost his athleticism. He wasn't quick.
Right.
But he was so patient.
Yeah. With
his offensive game. Simple, patient, simple stuff. Pump fake, dribble, boom, boom. I'm like, man, every time I seen him, I was up for the challenge, but man, after the month, it was defeating, because it's like, man, he killing me. I can't get him. But I talked to him, and he said, I love the athletic, fast people. So he had problems with the strong guys more than the athletic dudes.
Right.
Yeah,
he felt like that anxiousness in you with the athleticism, he was going to be able to handle that.
He was going to be able to handle
the guy
that.
that was going to bump him and make him go to his weaknesses and all that. Yeah, but you were young, and you were up for the challenge, but you had never faced cats like this. Yeah. Not in high school. You coming straight from high school, straight to the league. So that was different, but you still held your own. For me, it was the same way, man. Just going in there. I was a skinny kid, and I was in the era where hand checking was. Mm-hmm. So my goodness, man, it was crazy, man, how them guys would just grab me by the hip.
Yeah, your whole hip.
And be able to take me.
You're already skinny, so they got your whole hip.
Man, that was crazy. For sure. And also for me, just the off season. Like, that's what I want to know. Like, back then, how was your off season regimen? For me, I just played ball all the time. I didn't do drills because drills weren't really big back then. I would just hoop all day. So how was your off season?
Off season was great. We didn't make the playoffs, so we was back in the gym in June before the finals. You know what I'm saying? We'll take May off, and we right back in the gym in June. But we used to be in Chicago at Hoops.
Yeah, I went there too. Yep.
Hooping at Hoops. All the guys come through, from Michael Finley to Antoine Walker, Juwan Howard. All the guys, and that kept the game up, and that kind of put me on the weight room. You know, got a little bit of weights and so forth on. So that was like my summers, every summer going to that. And then, you know, we find and hoop. Everywhere we go to Miami and we hooping in, you know, in the high school gym against Glenn Rice now. We going to LA and we hooping at UCLA. You know, just finding the hoop and keeping it going.
All right, let's take a break. Football season is back in full swing. It's good to see the teams back out there on the gridiron. Lucky for us, that was just week 1. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL, is putting you in the center of the action for week 2. New customers can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit by signing up using the code PENNY. Get into the action right now. It's simple. Just pick your lineup, stay under the salary cap, and see how your team stacks up against the competition. Feel the NFL action like never before with a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. Just download the DraftKings app now and use that code PENNY. This week, new customers can get a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes. Enter the code PENNY to get a free shot at millions in total prizes with your first deposit. That's code PENNY only at DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. It's a $5 minimum deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
Yeah, so what would the D Miles now say to the young D Miles that was coming out of high school before he went to the draft? What would the D Miles now say to that kid? Because I've been asked that question before.
Basketball-wise, be more conscious of your body. You know, your body is everything. Nobody can play in the NBA and play 82 games without hitting that weight room. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm from, you couldn't have a weight room. You know what I'm saying? It was that bad. But when I got to the league, that's when it came. But then it's injuries come.
Yeah.
So when you first hit the weight room, it was because of injury, and it wasn't because you was already healthy. You know, that's a problem. Off the court, financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
Like financial literacy, like know it, teach yourself how to pay your own bills, teach yourself how to do the stuff that, you know, generations of your family didn't have. You want to try to create generational wealth. It's too much money we get to not create generational wealth.
Yeah, for me, I had a wake-up call my freshman year. I had the Bank of America paying for my bills. And it had gone maybe a year, and there was like cell phones and other people's names that weren't even on anymore. That weren't even on. I was still paying those bills.
Yeah.
I was still paying. I started asking for like a monthly report of what I was paying.
Mm-hmm.
And man, because I wasn't being conscious enough of that, I'm thinking, oh, they're just paying my bill. It was a ton of money that I was just throwing down the drain just from even recognizing that I was paying the bills for something that wasn't even, like, people would put stuff on my credit card and I didn't even know, but I got conscious early, thank God.
Yeah.
Because on that level, it's more off the court. You got to know about your finances and you got to know where it's going, because most people live, well, I never had it, I'm going to have fun right now. Or you can say, I'm going to invest, I'm going to be smart, and then my kids and my kids' kids are going to be able to have it, you know, after that. So that's an important part. And nowadays, I think they have more, the league has more financial things in place for the young guys.
They do.
To try to help them, because they got tired of seeing guys kind of, you know, go through it or whatever. But that's another advantage that they do have. We had to really get it out of the mud on the court and off the court.
Yeah.
You had your financial advisors back then, but still it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't. They weren't forcing you or really trying to get you to understand, like, nah, you can't do that. You can't spend that type of money.
Yeah.
You can't pay for everybody.
Yeah.
And you can't, you know, do that. And you got to create something else that generates money. But my hat's off to the league, because they creating it and they doing a good job to make sure that these kids never go broke.
Yes.
And that's what they didn't do before, but they slowly going with it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting bigger. Like, even from the practice now. Like, man, they got food at the practice now. I mean, we ain't had no fucking food.
No, we had to go get our own. We had to get it out of the mud.
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
We ain't had no food at practice or none of that stuff. And even the arenas after a game, you play a game, you know, only team that used to give us food was Dallas.
Everybody knew Mark Cuban was the dude that fed you after the game.
I look forward to seeing
Shout out to Mark Cuban.
Like, I look forward to seeing them, because you had a nice plate. You know what I'm saying, to go after the game.
Yep, and, you know, Commissioner Stern, you know, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He did a hell of a job, but Adam Silver has learned from the mistakes and has gotten the I guess the opinions from players and met halfway and has done some great things to try to help build the league up higher than even where it was when Commissioner Stern had it, because he did a hell of a job, and now Adam is doing
he's
a great
doing
job
his
as well.
thing. Like, I took my hat off to Adam too. Like, Stern was my man. You know, I think all of us love Stern.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
He was a unique person. You know what I'm saying? And but Adam Silver, I think he picked up the ball and ran with it, and he learned from his mentor. And man, this league is looking promising.
Yeah,
it's looking going to be here to come.
Yeah, for sure. Now, retired. Obviously, you're on the podcast. What else is going on with you in today's world?
Me just trying to create content, trying to link up with more our brothers and just do things, create these stories and put them on film or put them in documentaries, put them on TV. But like I say, outside of that, just creating generational wealth for my family. Like trying to make sure my kids don't have to start from zero like I started from zero, to give them something.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I worked hard enough and created something within myself and been successful within myself that they deserve that, you know? Yeah.
No, that's definitely real, because with us being out of basketball now, you know, we all thought we'd play till we was 100. Nobody even just kind of in the beginning, like, when you're 22 years old talking about, well, when I'm 40, this is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
You're living that life out every day. And you retire, and then you go, dang, you know, there's that small moment, like me and Bonzi was talking about, that you kind of like in limbo, like, man, what do I really want to do? Do I want to go on TV? Do I want to coach? Do I want to just chill for a minute? Do I want to go back to the community that I grew up in and try to make a difference? What is it that you want to do? And I think we're all in that area. But what we do have, we have an appeal to people because of we played the game.
Yes.
So now you guys have jump-started something that's been great, that you've kind of, I still don't know who started the podcast back in the day for athletes, but you guys are taking the ball and ran with that, doing a hell of a job. UQ, Matt and Stack, Bonzi and Sheet, all Gil, all great stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing to watch, because it's showing the intelligence, the IQ, the off-the-court stuff that you might not have gotten credit for when you were playing through the media. But, man, everybody that I've interviewed and everybody that I know, very intelligent. The conversation is always about the culture and winning and the kids and generational wealth. If we didn't know that in the beginning, then we know now, and now we're passing it back on. So it's a beautiful thing to see everybody, even my podcast with my 2 cents and coaching here at Memphis, just trying to make a difference now, man, and it's not a situation where we're just sitting around just chilling and not doing anything.
Yeah.
And hopefully people will continue and the Coca-Colas of the world, or all the endorsement companies will, the entertainment world will see this and want to do something, because I can see with the group that y'all have here making this, man, like a bigger thing to bring the generational wealth. It should bring other stuff to y'all, because y'all are doing a hell of a job, more sponsors, whatever it is. And, man, just kudos. It's just, last thing I'll have for you is, what do you have to say to the kids from East St. Louis that, okay, the generational gap again, remember you was like, LaFonso was here, then you. The next up-and-coming guys who can't go from high school straight to the league because they don't have that anymore, that's following your footsteps. What do you have to say to them?
I tell them to dream, continue to dream, but as you dream, get up and do something about your dream. Because, like, man, God wants you to have that dream. He putting it in your head. He letting you close your eyes and you seeing it.
Yeah.
But if you never get up to try to even attempt to try to accomplish that dream, he can't help you start. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So just keep dreaming, keep thinking out the box, and get up and do it. You know, at least try.
Yeah, no doubt. And for me, you know, being from Memphis, I had a chance to see guys before me. I was thankful for the opportunity. Bonzi being from Muncie, small town, same thing. East St. Louis, we're from small town. We're not from huge towns.
Yeah.
But to have the kids come behind us to be able to see us be successful, then that's a beautiful thing, man. But I definitely want to appreciate you coming on My 2 Cents, the Knuckleheads podcast with him and Q Rich. Man, keep checking that out. Intelligent brothers, sponsors, throw all the money their way. Endorsements, throw all the money their way. Man, keep working them, because we got some brothers that's going, this is only going to be the stepping stone to something more greater.
Definitely. I want to say one more thing, man. When I first got to the league, man, I tell people this story to this day. man, when we got to Phoenix, man, you brought us over your house. You had Bo stand there, man, just to see your house. The bowling alley.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we ain't never used the first person. And what's crazy, you and Shaq played together, but y'all embraced us. Both of y'all embraced us so much, man. And, I mean, I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
That's always been love. You always been my guy, man. And, you know.
Yeah, same here, man. It was just a respect thing because of the way that y'all approached the game.
Yeah.
And real recognize real, man. I was always a D Miles fan. I just saw the talent and the gift from God, and it was easy to do that. And now you're doing it for other kids. You're just through the podcast, through just talking to them and touching them, man. Touching them, that's bigger than handing them money.
Straight up.
The knowledge itself,
the information.
You know, and information. That's where it is. So I definitely appreciate it. Yo, man, we had some great guests today. Some great guests all week, and I'm appreciative. My 2 Cent Podcast. Peace.
Wow.